My family's getting ready for a hurricane that's supposed to come later this week. It's supposed to be a Category 3 and it's supposed to be here by Wednesday. There's a good chance that my classes are going to be canceled at the end of the week. So my family has decided that we're going to get a hotel on the other coast just while it passes because our neighborhood's known for flooding. During Hurricane Ian, our whole neighborhood flooded. We were lucky no water got inside of our house, but a lot of our neighbors ended up getting a lot of water damage in their house. The only difference between this hurricane and Ian is, number one, the intensity is a lot lower, but it's been raining a lot the past couple days and a lot of water has been pooling up in the area and in our neighborhood. And so before Ian, we didn't really have as many storms as we've been having lately, meaning that because the water's already starting to rise in certain areas and pooling, we're not going to have that soil to absorb any water that comes from the rain, so everything's just gonna immediately start flooding. That being said, because our neighborhood is known for flooding and we're in a high flood zone to get 12 inches of rain during the hurricane, we're just gonna go. We're gonna pack up our stuff and head to the other coast, spend the weekend in Fort Lauderdale, and then come back.
Tuesday evening. Is that giving people a little bit of cushion, or is that like the last minute that you can be in these places?
I would say that's a very good sort of threshold to use, Tuesday evening, because after that conditions will start to go downhill. In particular, Jesslyn's going to take you through this in just a couple of moments, but the threat for tornadoes is going to increase overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, well ahead of Milton's approach, which, if you're just joining us for the first time, if you haven't tuned in since yesterday, the timing a little bit different now. Landfall expected sometime later Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. Could even see things back off a little further into Wednesday night.
And Sam's Club, like all those places are wiped out. Like my brother went and sat in line at Costco yesterday for like an hour just trying to get supplies, and even then they were rationing them out. So talk to you later. Be safe.
Talk to you later. You too.
All right, bye.
So we just went around the house and took pictures and videos of everything in all the bedrooms. We'll need something to show the insurance once it all is said and done, because of the odds of the flooding are so high. We are expecting to have damages. We are very fortunate that we have flood insurance, whereas a lot of people in this area do not. A lot of insurance agencies ended up running out of business after Hurricane Ian. So there's going to be a lot of people that are stuck having to pay for any damages that happen to their homes. There's a lot of people that don't have the option to evacuate that are staying. They've mandatory evacuations for so many people. Like, we're in evacuation zone A. They made evacuation zone A and B are both mandatory to leave. So, and we have to leave by tomorrow. I think they said by 3 or somewhere around that. So that's going to happen. This situation just seems to be getting like worse and worse by the hour. It's a Category 5 hurricane, and we haven't had anything like a Category 5. Hurricane Ian was bad. They're saying that this is worse. And for us, it's not as much as like we're not going to be in like the eye of it. We're going to be on the edge of the hurricane, and the biggest thing is flooding. So, I mean, yes, there's going to be wind damage, of course, but the biggest thing is going to be flooding. And yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. more surreal as it's getting closer. Tomorrow, we're planning on leaving like halfway through the day around like noon. My sister gets off of work at noon because apparently Starbucks is considered essential workers. So my sister has to work tomorrow, and they're letting her go at noon though because the hurricane's supposed to hit tomorrow night and Wednesday morning. It's very eerie. It feels like apocalyptic in a sense. That like the streets, like people are leaving in masses. Like we've seen all of our neighbors like come out and like pack up their cars and leave in like giant tubs, and just watching like everybody leave and everyone boarding up their houses. It's weird. I don't know how else to describe it, but I'm gonna read a book and go to bed because I feel very stressed, and I have a good feeling I'm probably not gonna be able to sleep very well tonight. So I'm gonna try to go to bed early. Okay, so everything's officially packed up for the most part. I'm still waiting for my laundry to get done in the dryer. We decided last minute that we were good to do some laundry. It's raining again, but all this rain isn't part of the hurricane. The hurricane is coming. They're saying that it should go down to, a 4 or 3 by the time it hits landfall, but the storm surge is really what's going to impact our area at least. So we're all just about packed. We do have 3 hours until my sister gets off of work, so we're just kind of hanging out. And then I'm going to drive my car. We're going to pack up my car and my sister-in-law's car, and we're going to take those 2 cars. I'm driving my own car because I have some friends in Fort Lauderdale that I want to see during this time, get lunch with, get dinner with, just because I haven't seen them in a while, and it's a good way to take my mind off of things. Like I said, everything is packed up. We're just kind of lifting everything that we find valuable up off the ground. I'll probably put like a bunch of stuff that I don't really want soggy off the ground and put it on my bed before I leave. Otherwise, again, we're just constantly just watching the news. We got sandbags already. My dad's going to take care of all that. He's still making some preparations, making sure the house is going to be okay. We're not really expecting too much flooding here. In our area, we're expecting maybe a foot or 2. There's a lot of areas that are said to get like 6 to 10 feet. We're a little bit more inland, and so we're expecting maybe 1 to 2 feet in our house. If it even gets in our house, like I said, we have a bunch of sandbags. My dad's going to stay behind, see what he can do to make sure that no water gets in the house, or if it does get in the house, that he can kind of get it out as soon as possible. it's Wednesday. Storm is on its way. They keep delaying it. Well, he keeps delaying the storm. Milton keeps delaying. They said that he was going to be here on Tuesday night to Wednesday morning. Now they're saying that he's not going to be there till Wednesday night tonight or Thursday morning. We have our hotel until tomorrow. And then after that, we're not really sure what we're going to do. So far, the hurricane is a Category 4. They're saying that it's going to be a Category 4 at landfall. Initially, right now, it's a Category 5, but they're expecting it to go down. Initially, they said it was going to go down to a Category 3 by landfall, but now it's looking like it's going to be a Category 4 by landfall. They switched our flood warning from 6 to 10 feet to 8 to 10 feet, or 8 to 12 feet. So the risk is getting higher. I did not get any sleep last night because it was so cold in the blankets that they have here. So I slept on the pull-out couch back there, and the blanket on that is paper thin, and it was freezing in here. So I have bags under my eyes. I'm so tired. But yeah, it's Wednesday. Storm should be making landfall tonight, if not tomorrow morning, and we'll see how bad it is and go from there.
And while, yes, we hope for that, that's not going to be a guarantee. And the official forecast still from the National Hurricane Center is for this to be a major hurricane with winds near 130 miles per hour right around the eye wall. Now, the eye wall position around the eye forecast here perhaps to be just north of us, but there's a margin of error and uncertainty built into the forecast cone, and that's why you see it get wider as we go through time.
We can see this. This area of concern, particularly over.
Tornado watch remains in effect for Lee, Midpoint Bridge in Fort Myers, measured at Pagefield 77 miles per hour.
Let's go ahead and show you some more pictures we're getting. Again, tornado damage.
Hey, mister, what's going on? Hi, Liam. Are we headed home? You gonna go see your daddy? You gonna go see your daddies? We are getting Starbucks on our way back. We just packed up the hotel room. I apologize, I didn't really vlog too much yesterday. We just kind of stayed in the hotel all day. Eyes glued to like our phones and to the news because we were just so invested in what was happening and seeing, I think in total there was 27 tornadoes that touched down across Florida. We actually had one tornado that touched down within I think 15 miles of where we were staying in Boca Raton. Because we're in Fort Lauderdale, but there was a tornado that touched down in Boca Raton. I ended up, since I have friends that live here in Fort Lauderdale, I went to the gym with one of my friends. Went to the gym, got dinner, and then came back to the hotel, and then we all just kind of went to bed. We got word this morning from my dad that, the neighborhood's flooded, but we did not get any water in our house. We don't have any power right now, but we do have generators that are kind of giving power to the house. And then we had a tree fall in the front yard, but as my dad put it, I didn't like that tree anyway. So we're headed home. We are very, very, very fortunate that it didn't end up as bad as it was predicted to. We're very fortunate that we still have our house. We have friends that did lose their homes. There's a lot of people that lost their homes within the past 24 hours. And it's absolutely devastating. This hurricane was a very catastrophic event. This is the, I think, 8th strongest hurricane in record. So it's a pretty big deal. But yeah, we're headed back home now. And yeah, hopefully the traffic's not as bad.
Punta Gorda Fire Department on scene here. They told me they're going to try to move this one right now. The way they do that, they put it on a wrecker on both sides, he said. Then they're going to move it back over the street. He told me to stay in this area. That's why I'm not walking too close over there. But he said that there are boats up and down this street. He named almost 10 boats up and down the street. He said there's one in the tennis courts.